Hi, I'm Quinn, and this is my response to the questions for the Fundamentals of Caring movie. As for initial reactions to the film, I appreciated how it had a lighthearted feel and was often humorous. I thought that disability was effectively portrayed in this movie, despite it being a serious subject. As for stereotypes, I felt that Trevor was a stereotypical disabled person. At the beginning, he had a negative outlook on life, just like Will Traynor in the movie Me Before You that we watched earlier this semester. And although as the story unfolded, I thought that Trevor became more of a multi-dimensional character, and his perspective on his disability kind of changed. I can relate it to disability because he did have a sensitive side in response to people treating him differently. He didn't want people to see him as his disability, and I think that his humor and sarcasm was refreshing, although it was a defense mechanism often for him. For oppression and privilege in the film, Ben, Trevor's caregiver, he demonstrated his able-bodied privilege, which at least I think would be hard to perceive if I were Trevor. Because he navigates the world with such ease, and it contrasts Trevor's physical limitations and his barriers that he has to overcome. I think that together they transcend those barriers, and it reflects in a positive light. In an attempt to limit stereotyping and oppression, I think that we can promote education for disability and increase the awareness and understanding for how people with disabilities want to be treated, how they want to be talked to and perceived. And I think that disability language is so important because it can create such a positive or negative influence on a disabled individual. I think that this film portrays disability accurately to an extent. I think in a movie it's difficult not to overgeneralize disability perspectives because everyone has their own experience with disability, although I do think it's enlightening to watch because it provides a sort of insight in the experiences of a disabled individual and promotes a sense of inclusion. I think it's good for starting discussions on disability, and it can be the subjects from the film can be used to further advocacy. I do think that this movie was better than Me Before You because of its intentions, and I don't believe that it received as much backlash as the movie Me Before You. I think that it represents aspects of a disabled individual's life, although no movie can accurately capture the full image of a disabled individual's perspective and their opinions.